Hey, welcome to the channel. And now usually I talk about dating advice for single women in their 30s, but today I thought I'd switch it up and I'd talk about a topic not about dating advice, but something that single women can relate to, especially in their 30s, and it's about egg freezing. So when I was in my early 30s and still single, egg freezing was something that I thought about, because it take the pressure off baby making and finding someone to have a baby with right away. But when I actually looked into it, it was really expensive. And back then I was single, obviously, and I was on a different type of visa and I didn't have health care. So everything I paid for, all the expenses I incurred would be out of pocket. So I decided to say no to that. And I resigned myself to the fact that if I didn't find anyone by, a certain age and we couldn't have babies, that I would be okay with it. So that was something that I had to come to terms with. But if you're really, really set on starting a family and want to have a baby regardless of whether or not you're in a relationship, egg freezing is a very, very good alternative. So in this video, I'm just going to talk about the pros and cons of it all. So pros. Number one pro is that you can still plan for a family without a partner. So I had a girlfriend who froze her eggs in her late 20s and said, if I didn't find anyone by 35, I would just have the baby on my own. And she did. He's a beautiful boy and she's happy and she doesn't care that she doesn't have a partner. She's got this beautiful baby now. So it gives women the option to have that family they want, even though they couldn't find their partner. And I think this is so good. Such a good alternative to settling for someone and finding a man just to have a baby with him when there's no love there. So I think that this is definitely a personal choice. Not everyone chooses to take this route, but good for her that she wanted a family and she found a way to have it on her own. Pro number two is all the tests that you have to do before you freeze your eggs. Now, when you speak to a specialist about wanting to start a family and have a baby, they will recommend a whole bunch of tests for you to take. And this is great because not a lot of people consider these tests until they're ready to start a family. And, chances are there might be a few things that you can be doing to manage your body in a way that would help you deliver a pregnancy a lot better. And if you do your tests sooner than later, then you'll have more time to manage that and to make sure that you're at your healthiest. So yeah, that's pro number two. Now I'm going to talk about the cons. Number one is the cost. So depending on your level of healthcare, your health insurance may not cover the cost of egg freezing. It might be an extra thing. So definitely look into that because it could cost up to thousands to freeze your eggs. That's one of the reasons why I didn't do it. So cost is a big factor. And number two is that there's no guarantee. So you can have your eggs frozen and then you can have a sperm donor and you can go through IVF and artificial insemination and pay thousands and thousands of dollars. It's never a guarantee. So I think that's something that you have to manage with expectations, and it's really important because then it's stressful, you end up getting disappointed. So yeah, you just have to keep that in mind. Number three is judgment from social circles. So things like pregnancy, whether or not to give natural birth, a C-section, private, public hospital, freeze your eggs, IVF, these are such sensitive topics and chances are everyone will have an opinion. So you just need to be prepared that if you share with people that you're going to freeze your eggs, that they might make a comment here and there, they might pass some judgment. So I think it's careful. You need to be careful about who you choose to speak to about your journey to starting a family. So I've learned this the hard way. You really have to just keep it to a small circle because everyone will have their best interest and they'll give you a whole bunch of advice and it comes from a good place. But at the end of the day, too much advice may not be so helpful. So yeah, be careful about who you choose to share the information with. So if you found this video helpful, give it a like, leave a comment if it's something that you're going through, and yeah, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.